hard work is a talent. Hard work is a talent. To get up every day and work hard and to do it consistently over and over, that's a talent.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Thanalysis podcast, man. Before I start, I want to say a huge thank you. You guys have embraced the podcast. And, you know, most of this stuff is kind of pre-recorded just because of my schedule, the games, practices, and everything. But, man, you guys really made me feel excited. I really try to bring them to life, you know, as much as I can. But enough of that. Let's go to our special guest. We're number one from Alabama, Birmingham. DeMarre, the Junkyard Dog Carroll. That was good in there. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you for being in the podcast. I know you've been so scared. Your schedule is crazy. You know, now being the coach is a new chapter for you. And, you know, I think I'm very excited. You know, I know the listeners and the people who are watching at home are going to be excited. But let me ask you this before we even start. Like, Junkyard Dog, how did that come to life?
Junkyard Dog came to life because of my uncle. Right now, he's the head coach of St. John's, Mike Anderson. When I was at Mizzou, he was trying to describe my game and describe how I needed to compete and how I needed to play. So he was just screaming out, "You got to be like the Junkyard Dog." And ever since then, it just took off.
He just stuck with it. Oh, man, that totally describes the way you play. I've been your whole career. I've been a huge fan. Just picking the little things you've done, and I'm so glad to first of all work with you on a personal basis, but having and the podcast. But I mean, just talk a little bit more about your beginning. How you started. And how did you start basketball, man?
It's crazy because I come from a basketball family. My dad, he played for Stanford University. My uncle played. All my cousins played. I just came from a basketball family, so I got into it very early. My dad actually being, a former All-American at Stanford University. I just grew to love the sport, and I started playing when I was like 6. Playing at church league.
Yes.
Just continuing to keep growing, and the more I kept growing, I kept gaining confidence, and eventually, like every other little kid, I said, "Hey, I want to be in the NBA. I want to be, Dennis Rodman, or I want to be." I didn't actually want to be the Michael Jordans and those type of guys. I wanted to be the guys who do all the dirty work. So, I think
same here.
That's the intriguing part about my story and my journey. I never grew up watching those type of guys. I grew up watching the people who did the dirty work, you know what I mean? Like Charles Oakley and Dennis Rodman and guys are like that, Ben Wallace.
Man, shout out to the legends, man.
Yeah, so those are guys I kind of grew up looking to, and then at the end of the day, man, I saw this vision and I went for it.
So that's a great way to describe this stuff. So you going to Missouri, right?
Yep.
And go and play. Did you go? Was he playing? Did you play for your uncle?
I played for my uncle. So
was that hard? Was that like? I mean, you you took a transfer, right?
Yeah, I transferred. I actually went to Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And the reason I went to Vanderbilt because my dad, growing up, he said basketball isn't premise. Having an education is. So you need to get both sides of both worlds. So that's when I decided to go to Vanderbilt. And then, writing 30-page papers once a week, that's not ideal, for any college student. And so that's when I decided to go to Missouri. I decided to transfer. I felt like the workload at Vanderbilt was a little bit too much if I really wanted to focus on basketball. And that's when I went to Missouri.
But did you feel like was it hard for you? Was it tough saying like, okay, I'm going to leave Vanderbilt, just go to Missouri?
It was so tough. I actually didn't want to do it because I had a lot of friends at Vanderbilt. And I felt like I was playing okay at Vanderbilt, but my dad had a bigger vision for me. And he's like my best friend, and he always had a bigger vision for me. Even when I was in the NBA, he had a bigger vision for me. And he almost kind of forced me to go, like, you need to go to Missouri. And, and that's how Missouri transpired. And my uncle, he gave me positive feedback on why I need to come there. So that's when I chose Missouri.
When I first met you, bro, I loved your energy right away, man.
Yeah.
Right away. I was like, what? With this guy, I kind of click. I don't, as a guy who, I smile a lot and I get along with a lot of people, I never get this feeling. I've got this feeling, I mean, obviously with my family, with you, with Bobby Portis, like it's certain people who have like the energy, we click. Did anybody else ever told you that?
Yeah. My spirit.
Yes.
Just being through what I've been through. A lot of people don't know my story, but just being through what I've been through, my mindset is always, you got to have a positive spirit. You got to have a good mindset. Every day is not promised. Yes. So every day I'm taking advantage of, and I'm just keeping a positive attitude.
Man, how was people in Missouri? Did they like welcome you, or how was it?
Yeah, they welcomed me. That's how the Junkyard Dog got discovered. Missouri is a big basketball school. We hate KU, FY, but Missouri is a big basketball school. They opened their arms, and I went there and I just got to work, and they fell in love with me. All the fans fell in love with me.
Oh man, by the way, when you're talking to me about or the American culture or like colleges, just pretend I'm a 2-year-old kid because I don't know nothing. I'm learning through the podcast and everything. No, really. So so you fit in right away. Did you have any was there anybody who was like, he just got here, maybe was a little bit weird, or it wasn't like it was just cool?
I did. You always gonna get that tension. You have guys that feel threatened when you come in. Former guys who was there, guys who was playing already. They felt threatened, and I came in. My uncle, the head coach, so a lot of guys was on the fence about me. But at the end of the day, I just try to come in with that positive mindset, positive spirit, and eventually they kind of shifted over on the other side of the fence.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mizzou. I'm not sure if this is the same college, but I had a teammate who played in Missouri, Marcus Denman.
Marcus Denman, yeah.
So we played together. But shout out to Marcus, man. Great teammate. Amazing shooter. He actually plays in Greece right now. Killing.
Yeah. He's
I really clicked with this guy. He was great too. But okay. Then, you go through Missouri, all these things, and then let's go to 2007, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So 2007 is kind of, I've done my research, so I'm like, and I was reading that, I couldn't believe it, So 2007 for you was a year of, I don't want to say weird, I don't want to say bad, but I want to say
a challenging year. That's what I say.
Why was that a challenging year?
It definitely was a challenging year. Me transferring there, trying to fit in and be that guy and trying to put that role on to be that captain of that Missouri team, and my uncle holding me at a high standard. I try to take a lot of accountability on myself, and I try to make sure that all my teammates and brothers wasn't in harm's way. And with doing that, things happen that's out of your control. So, I was basically the designated driver. One night we had a party. This campus party. It was a campus party. I think it was more particular homecoming. My teammates and a couple other guys, got into it, got the, going back and forth.
As a fight, or got it like verbally?
I think it started inside the club. And
okay.
And then it worked its way out.
But it wasn't physically, it was just verbally, just like.
Nah, it was verbally. They were just talking back and forth. With them talking back and forth, we didn't expect what happened. I tried to jump in the way and get one of my teammates and say, "Come on, let's go, everybody, let's go. We need to get up out of here."
So basically, it was verbal and then it escalated.
It escalated, yeah. It escalated.
And what happened?
And then me pulling my teammate back, somebody, that he was into it with, pull out a gun and he attempted to try to shoot his leg,
Why his leg?
I have no clue. That's all. From the information I got after everything happened, he was trying to shoot his leg to end his basketball career. He was for sure one of our top players at the time. So me grabbing him and trying to get him pushed back, I end up getting shot. So I got shot in my lower extremity.
Hold up. I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt you, but so the guy shoots, you grab your teammate back, and you ended up getting shot.
I ended up getting shot.
Did your teammate get shot?
No.
So you just pulled him out the way.
So I pulled him out the way, and I got shot through the leg.
No, not because you got shot. Not just because you got shot. Because you know what I'm saying. You.
Yeah, I was being a good teammate. I was. It always happened like that, you know. The guy who's trying to, you know, help the other person. Usually something happens to him. But when I got shot, I took one step. Everybody started running. It was a whole big crowd. Everybody took off. I took one step. I fell straight to the ground. And I had no clue why. And then I just felt this burning pain that I probably can't even describe, you know. It went right through my leg. Then my brother and, you know, a couple of more of my teammates, they rushed me to the hospital. On my way to the hospital, I'm just in my head like my career is over with, you know. And then I get to the hospital and the bullet missed my Achilles by a hair. So, and we got the x-rays and he was like, you're the luckiest, you know, person probably on this planet at this moment. And I didn't, the first thing I said was, I'm not the luckiest, I'm the blessed. I'm blessed.
You're
so
nice, brother.
With that being said, the bullet went through. It didn't touch nothing by the grace of God. And, you know, I live to tell this story.
Man, how did your brother react?
He was.
I can only imagine if that happened to me, I would be.
He was trying to go find the guy, but by then everybody had took off. So his main focus was like, "Hey, let me make sure to get my brother to the hospital," and I appreciate him for that.
Did you ever end up finding who did it? Who was it?
No, I don't. They still haven't found out who did it. It was unfortunate, but at the end of the day, man, I live to be able to tell that, you know, young individuals, like, you know, sometimes, you know, when you're doing verbal altercations, yes, sometimes you got to be the bigger person and kind of tone it down and or just walk away. Just walk away. You never need to escalate nothing.
Hey, brother, I'll tell you one thing. Taking the high road,
yeah,
is never crowded, brother.
Yep, never crowded. Never
crowded.
Yeah.
Your thing. You ain't know, I'm saying we're here to, you know, live our life, take care of our families, and, you know, there's no worries about anything else, man. And I would say, you know what, you're blessed, and he's lucky, the guy who did it, because they know what nobody ever.
Never, yes. But hey, it's all good, man. It was a story I'm here to tell, and hopefully one day I can, you know, telling this story can kind of help one of these young guys in college that's in an altercation.
I have so many questions, but I don't know which one to start with. Did you learn the lesson, or maybe did this teach you? Was it a teaching moment for you, maybe?
Yes, for sure. Very teaching. Trying to be the hero sometimes is not the right route, you know? You know, once that function had was closed, I probably should have just left and then stay back to try to help, you know, get my teammates out of there.
He was just trying,
but I was trying to do the right thing, and that's usually what happens. But at the same time, man, like I said, like you said, the high road isn't crowded. So you could take this high road sometimes.
Yeah. And you know, it's crazy. You go through so many emotions when you know, tell this story. I can only imagine like something like this happening to a close person of mine. I would be. Ooh.
It was a tough situation, but we got through it.
What did your family say?
At the time, I think my mom and my dad, they was understandable. I mean, they understood what I tried to do and what I attempted to do. So I think I was noble for that, but they was freaking out at first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know, like, the common collective. Like, my baby got shot.
Yeah, they were freaking out at first, but it's a story that they you know, they tell the testimony. You know, yes. I'm a PK, so my dad and my mom both are pastors. So I feel like they keep praying for me, praying over me. That's why I just keep getting blessed and blessed every year.
You know what's so crazy? I actually just found out like it might have been like a month ago what a PK means from
PK,
Coach Vin.
Oh, okay.
The pastor's kid. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man. So I know you're blessed, brother. You're blessed. And then, okay, this happens, and then you just went. When did you practice again? Did you go?
No, I was out for probably a good 5 months, 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
Oh, he was out.
Yeah, just rehabbing. This year was actually the year I transferred. So when you transfer, you had to sit out a year. So this was the year I had to basically sit out. So
that was kind of
I didn't have to rush back.
Get the full heal fully.
Yeah. It happened at it happened at a time that I think was beneficial on my behalf. Let's just put it that way.
Oh man, it was. And then I was doing my research and I was reading all these things. I was like, man, and this guy's like next door.
Yeah.
And 2007 this happened, and then you go 2009. Okay, and then you get diagnosed with like a liver disease, bro.
Yeah.
Like weeks before the draft.
Weeks before the draft.
What's going on?
It was crazy. That put me try to crack my spirit more than being shot. I feel
Really?
like, yeah. At that time, when I got diagnosed, I think I was playing at a really high level in college. I could see my vision, what I've been visualizing my whole life, my whole career, about to flourish. But then I get hit with, hey, you got a liver condition and it's not curable. I immediately just went back to a dark place for like a week. And then my dad being able to talk to me and get in my head and basically tell me that, you're going to sit in your room and cry and coop up and because you got a liver condition, or you're going to get out and you're going to be a testimony for everybody who might be fighting or having a liver condition that might want to play in the NBA. So that's when I took that mindset and I shifted my whole spirit. And I said, you know what? I'm going to be an advocate. I'm going to go out here. I'm going to start a foundation. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to go and try to play in the NBA. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. And for me, it happened. So I'm blessed, man. And I went through the whole draft process. I think I worked out for it was 22, 23 teams.
Right.
I'm coming down on the draft. At first, I wasn't even in projected. I was so far out. I got MVP of Portsmouth.
Oh, you went to Portsmouth. For those who don't know, overseas, I want to explain a little bit what kind of Portsmouth and how they told us from overseas. I don't know if it's true, right?
Yeah.
So the way they told us overseas was that the number one priority before you get drafted, you want to go to the draft combine, the NBA draft combine, and then you decide if you want to go to Portsmouth, because Portsmouth was all the guys who are going late second or outside of the projections.
Yeah. So is
that true? Is that accurate? Or
it's seniors, right?
Okay.
You got to be a senior, and it's like if you're going late in the draft, like you just said, that's pretty accurate. Or you projected maybe to go late first, but Portsmouth is to give those seniors a extra boost because these young guys gonna come in and they're gonna get drafted off potential. But seniors, sometimes when you're a senior, they look at you as you're aging. You come into the NBA at 22, 23 years old, when I can have a guy who's 18, 17, and I can mold him to the player I need to be. So it gives you that little extra level of cushion, Portsmouth. So I went to Portsmouth, and I got MVP of Portsmouth. And the funniest thing is, in my head, I'm like, man, I was first team All Big 12. I was Big 12 MVP at Missouri. I led my team to the Elite Eight. And in my head, I'm like, I don't hear no chirping from no agents. Like, what in the world? So then I went to Portsmouth, and when I got MVP of that, everybody just flooded me. Like, agents flooded me. Everybody flooded me. And that's when I would start. I signed with Mark Barterstein, Priority Sports. And that's when I did. He told me we need to work out, give ourselves a chance. I worked out for 22, 23 teams. I went from not even being projected to be drafted to now I done came all the way down to like mid first round. So I'm like, once that happened, I went to the combine. So I'm like, all right, I'm mid first round.
Okay.
I'm walking in the combine like, hey, I'm mid first round. I get in there, they pull my paperwork. I mean, they did the blood test and all those types of things. And then come back, I had a liver, which I already knew I had the liver,
yes.
but I didn't think that would harm me. And then the next day I went from mid for first round to nobody even got me on their radar. So
in the blink of an eye.
In a blink of an eye, they raised the red flag. Every team raised the red flag. So my agent, give him credit, Mark Barterstein again, we got with one of the liver specialists, one of the top liver specialists in the world. We got on the phone, and Mark and the liver specialist, my dad, me, we called my uncle. We called teams one by one, and we try to, educate them on what the actual condition is, and how I still can have a lengthy NBA career, and how this not going to affect me until the latter part of my life. So everybody was kind of on it, but you had these. Everybody was kind of on it, like, I still don't think I'm gonna take them.
Okay.
So I'm going in the draft. I don't even know if I'm gonna get drafted, but I have my draft party at my dad's church. So I'm thinking I might go late second round. I'm like, I might go late second round. We get the number 27 pick, and then the Memphis Grizzlies, they took a chance on me, and ever since then, man, my life been blessed. My life been blessed, and it was one of the most happiest moments I have ever had in my life. So I'm here to say that, you can fight through anything, man. Just because, you have a condition doesn't mean that you stop there. You keep pushing, and you keep trying to be an advocate and keep trying, because there's a lot of people that still look up to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, you see, like, all these kids look up to us and they inspired, and I think that the reason is because we really live our dreams. We live out our dreams.
Yep.
We set out to be what we want to be, and we do it.
Yep.
So you don't get, like, you looking around, you're trying to figure out if you're gonna get drafted. Was there any team that said, like, oh, okay, we like you, yeah, we want you in the team, but nah, like, and you don't have to name teams because obviously
no. Yeah, it was a bunch. It was a bunch of those teams that basically just told me, we can't take the risk. Taking you is a risk. We can't take the risk. And to this day, it be certain doctors when I go to certain teams and I go to certain places that I built relationship with these doctors, and they tell me we made a mistake. Like we didn't.
Of course, they made a mistake, but it's normal.
We didn't educate ourselves enough to be able to understand what was going on. So, and that really kind of helped my spirit and helped me realize that, like, wow.
This is the thing. This is what I'm talking about. This is the business side of the NBA and of the league and of sports.
Yep.
Because from the one standpoint that is that, okay, talent, potential, and all these things. But from the other standpoint, it's you're an investment.
Yes, you're an investment.
You're an investment. Everything counts.
Everything counts.
You hear stories that people would go way back and check people's backgrounds and where they live and who they hang out with.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you have, like, guys saying, is he a good guy? What about his family? Is his family gonna talk to him about working hard, about all these things?
Right.
It's just a certain synergy of all of these things for them to bet on you, let's say, and succeed. But let me ask you, was there any workout you was killing? You were like, man, yeah, I'm getting drafted. This is where I'm going.
Yeah, and I talk about this all the time. It was Detroit Pistons. I thought for sure, they was gonna draft me. They had number 15 pick. I remember like yesterday. And they told me, they brought me in, like I had a crazy workout. Like I was the junkyard dog in that workout. Every loose ball, I was knocking down my shot. I was playing defense like I was doing everything. I was competing at the highest level.
Who was you in the draft workout? Who were you playing against? You remember?
Yes, Austin Day at that time, DeJuan Summers, I think at that time, and it was one more guy, maybe Jonas Jerebko, I'm thinking maybe. But that workout, I know I killed it. And then they brought me in, they set me down. They was like, we're going to take you at 15. 15, you what Detroit needs. They need they need, a junkyard dog. We need to keep that.
We do fit the Detroit standards.
The grit,
players.
all that. So when they told me that, I'm like, I go home, I'm telling my dad, I'll tell my agent like, yeah, you can't believe some of these, like they'll tell you anything. But in my head, I'm like, I am one of Detroit. I'm telling my brother and my boys, hey, I think I'm locked in Detroit, number 15. So when I got hit at the combine with that news, it was like somebody just stabbing you in your chest, like. So it was a misfortunate thing, but in the end, it worked out for me, Yes. And God will never give you nothing you can't handle. So, and I believe that. So, that's why I always say I'm blessed, man. My spirit is always right because it could have went a totally opposite way.
It could have. Man, it's great, man. I just just to hear the stories from you, and your perspective, and not just in the article.
Yep.
So you eventually get to the NBA.
Got to the NBA. Drafted 27. Memphis Grizzlies.
Hey, welcome to the NBA moment.
My biggest welcome to the NBA moment. You're gonna trip out about this one. This is which one it is? Yeah, I got so many. It's crazy.
You can say one or two. Cool.
It's crazy because when I was in Memphis, my welcome to the NBA moment was when I realized that, hey man, I'm in the NBA. These guys got money. My big vet, Zach Randolph. A lot of you know Zach Randolph. He was my vet when I got to Memphis. The best guy. People look at him, they think he's scary, but he's the.
He came to our rookie transition camp and
he did.
RTP.
Yeah.
Man, he kept it 100% real, and at the same time offered to help you. Like, man,
the best. He's where he intimidate people is he's so real. He's so real that people get scared. Like, oh man, this guy. But there's no fake about him. So he was my vet. So one day I come in and he was like, hey, little bro, come here. I was like, what's up, bro? He was like, I need you to go get me some white ones. I was like, you want your white Air Force? All right, cool. I'll give you. And he pulled out a wad of money, and it was like $7,000-8,000. He handed it to me. I said, what you need? Only one? And he was like, yeah, I just need one. Just bring me. I said, what's all this? I don't need all this. He was like, just go and just get one, and whatever the rest, we'll figure it out. So I go. I'm like, I'm gonna be smart. He might be testing me. Let me see. I'm gonna grab about 8 or 10 of them. So I grabbed about 8 or 10 of them, and I brought him back to change. I think change probably it wasn't even that, about 6,000 probably. And I was like, here you go, big bro. He was like, nah, you keep that. He pulled out another 4,000. He was like, make that 10. Here you go. There you go. And I was like, I said, what in the world? Where am I? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? So that was a unreal moment, to see 10,000 first time in my hand, oh my God, this is crazy. So he kind of, ever since then, when I grew up and I became a vet, I started trying to do the same thing for
exactly.
And that's what I feel like all vets should do. These rookies come in and they come into this life that they never had before. And, to make them feel special and feel good at that moment, man, is unreal. So that was definitely an unreal moment for me right there. That one was.
What about game?
Game-wise, I had the best seat in the house, and that was on the bench. That was on the bench. I got courtside seat on the bench. And to be able to watch Kobe, do what he did to the Grizzlies and keep a straight face, and some of the shots he was hitting, I feel like that was more of a unreal moment And then after I traveled around the league, I went to Utah. And a lot of my guys remember this was when I was chirping at Kobe. And I was sitting on the bench, and basically I woke up the bear, and he went for like 15 straight points. It was crazy. And everybody on the bench got mad at me like, man, leave him alone. Like, why are you messing with him? He wasn't even. And that, when I was in Utah, that was like the crazy, unreal moment. I'm like, wow, this guy's crazy. Like, so I had a lot of unreal moments. And when you get in the NBA, it's crazy to see these guys and how much talent they got and some of the shots they hit. And the older you get, you know, it's not the same when you first get in. So those was a couple of unreal moments, but
yeah, I remember. So the first time I played in the NBA, it was through a call up because I was with the Knicks, but I was playing at the G League with Jimmy Fredette and Langston Galloway with a lot of guys.
Yeah,
and I get a call up, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna play in the NBA, and I'm gonna play for the Knicks. So I'm hyped and I'm geeked. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I walk to the locker room. I'm looking at my jerseys. I'm like, I'm having goosebumps. I'm sending pictures to my friend to the group. I'm sending pictures to my dad. I'm like, look at my jersey. I'm in the NBA.
All right.
Like like the way, you know what I'm saying, where we come from and how I grew up. Then we kind of played some teams, didn't play, and then all of a sudden we played the Warriors. But I'm talking the Warriors, not like the torching, like the first year, like killing, like they're just everything. Every game is 20 points. Yeah. Every game is 20, 25. So, we're losing the game. All of a sudden, I had Coach Derek Fisher and Coach Karambis. And just throws me and it's like, go Diego. Obviously, we're down a lot.
Right.
But I'm so hyped. I'm not even looking at the score. And they had I think they had a point guard, Ian Clark. I'm pressing full court like it's, bro, like I'm about to, like I'm playing life or death. I'm pressing full court. I'm trying to get a steal and everything. And then all of a sudden I hear somebody from the bench go like, hey, you better calm down. Look at the score, man. You're not supposed to be pressing. I look. And it was Draymond. But by the way, now we have a great relationship with Draymond. And I looked at him, I was like, am I not supposed to press? Like what? Like I'm not supposed, because in my head I'm like, I don't know nothing.
You don't know nothing. Yeah.
I'm learning like in Europe it doesn't matter. In Europe you play, it's 40 minutes. Like you play every second of it. So I'm pressing all these things. I ended up like getting the ball, dunking it. I was a player. I have the ball in the corner. We're playing triangle offense. So if I get it in the corner, the guy will come for a screen, but I already knew I always reject. So I get the ball, like he charged the, like, was it Brandon? I don't know who was guarding me. And I like jab step and went all the way to the baseline, just dunked it and looked up. And when I look up, I see like my dad, everybody's going crazy. Oh, it's your first basket of this. And I said, this is it, bro. This is an unreal feeling, But those moments, like that sequence was, for me, like I understood three things right away. I was like, okay, there's a certain level of like way with how players perceive things. Like, how Draymond was like, hey, chill, bro. You ain't got to press. You ain't got to do all that. Sure. Right. The second thing was like, you can really hustle guys in this league.
Yep.
Because some guys, certain minutes, they don't want to play.
They don't want to play.
Exactly. Yep. And the third one is like, you can't, like, you really got to be aggressive. This is the NBA. If you're passive, you got
to be more assertive. You got to assert yourself.
Exactly. So enough about this. I'll just want to say, because I thought about it. You made me go back a little bit to.
Yeah, that's good. You should revisit those moments sometime. It makes you cherish and appreciate what you're doing now. So, and that's my biggest key when especially shifting over to this coaching thing. I
was about to ask you about that. I mean, a little bit later, but I was about to ask you about that too.
Yeah, to shift over to the coaching, I feel like that the biggest thing that I can offer to a kid is something that I regretted when I was playing. And I was too young and too immature and too stubborn to not understand. And now that I can see it, I can go tell this person so they don't make the same mistake. Yes. I feel like that's the biggest thing that I could change a person's life. A coach can change a person's life by doing that. Yes. Telling them, no, don't do that. Yes. Or no, yes, do that. Or relax. Don't have an attitude. So I feel like that's the biggest key as a coach. You know, coaches can change a kid's life, and I feel like that's why I went into coaching, because I have a lot to offer.
Yeah, I think you do, man. From your knowledge to the game, and you know, like you're one of those guys who I think you be an NBA player, a professional player, then is going to transition so much. Into coaching and learning how to read the player, read his mind, and even in the skill set. And you're in a great system, brother.
Yep, great system.
Great system. It's that. I don't know how to say it. It's that culture that I don't want to say San Antonio Spurs, because we're kind of building our own farm here.
Yeah,
kind of like the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, Milwaukee Bucks is
what I'm saying, farm.
Yeah, because you got that San Antonio. I feel like that's one culture, and I feel like Coach Bud went to Atlanta and formed the culture and came to Milwaukee, and that's when he stamped his culture.
Yes.
Winning the championship.
100%.
He stamped his culture. He stamped his tree from Darvin Ham to Taylor Jenkins to all those guys going and getting head coaching jobs. It just tells the value of how good Coach Bud is.
Yes.
And what he means to the NBA game.
Yes. And plus, how did you say it, Atlanta? And I'm gonna take you a little bit in the middle, the journey.
Yeah,
man, being in the Eastern Conference Finals, not once, not twice. Maybe is it 3 times? Or 2 times?
Yeah, I think we went 3. We went 3 times. I went once with Atlanta and then twice with Toronto. Yeah,
we'd love to talk about it a little bit. Which one was the best experience for you in the Eastern Conference Finals?
It has to be Atlanta. I think Atlanta. That's when I was the healthiest. I think that's when I had, the best opportunity. You can't stop a guy like LeBron, but to slow him down. When I got to Toronto, I was a little injured. My knee was injured. I never got back to the full health that I needed to even slow a person like LeBron down. So when I was in Atlanta, I feel like that was my opportunity. That year we won 60-plus games. We set the record. We had 4 guys in the All-Star, which I still think I should have been an All-Star. We won.
Who was the 4 guys?
4 starters besides your boy.
So who was the starting? Who was
Jeff Teague.
Shout out to Jeff.
Shout out, Jeff. Paul Millsap, Al Horford, Kyle Korver. And then I was the 5th one. But we had 4 guys in the All-Star. We got Player of the Month. I think it was January. We didn't lose a game. All 5 guys got Player of the Month. We was going into the playoffs on a high. We got the East Conference Finals, and we get to LeBron first game. We're going in a half. I think we up by 8 or 10. We like, oh yo, this is good. Then we come out, and Matthew Dellavedova dives at Kyle Korver ankle and breaks his ankle. So that's one injury that went down. Then I think Al did something, dislocated his pinky through that game. That was another injury. And then I think that's when I tried to do like a Euro and my knee buckled. And that was we had 3 injuries going against the greatest player in the world at that time. And we weren't stopping him. So we lost all 4, and that was it. That was like the it of the Atlanta era,
Yes.
And that's when I went to Toronto, and that team kind of broke up after that.
What was favorite moment in your career throughout, not just playoffs, and like a basket or a play or anything?
My favorite moment is weird because I had a lot of good moments, and it's a weird moment, and I always think of this moment is when I was in Brooklyn. This after I went to Toronto and my knee was, wasn't right. Basically, it wasn't right. I couldn't play at the level I wanted to play at. Toronto shipped me out of there. They shipped me to Brooklyn. Brooklyn was the worst team at that time, so they traded me to Brooklyn.
Yes.
But God, God, had something in store for me, and He sent me to Brooklyn because it wasn't coincidental that Kenny Atkinson was with me in Atlanta,
good person,
and he was in Brooklyn, and they shipped me to Brooklyn, and I get to Brooklyn. They're the worst team in the league. So I get there. I get all these young guys. I get D'Angelo Russell, Karis LeVert, Jared Allen.
Man, there's some hoopers, man.
The list goes on. We have all these different guys, and they got me as a vet, coming in, and I got to help these guys grow. So that's when in my head I was like, you know what, I maybe can do this coaching thing. So my biggest moment was getting back healthy and hitting a buzzer beater against Cleveland that took us to overtime, because to be in that moment from thinking about where I was a year or two ago with the injuries and almost injuries pushing me out the league, I was to hit that buzzer beater to take us to overtime. That was like one of the big moments for me. Like, wow, I faced all adversities, all injuries, and I hit this shot.
And you're still here.
And I'm still here. So that was a big moment for me, for sure.
What about the worst moment? I mean, and you can take away injury.
Worst moment was being injured. I think I never played, and I took a lot of ownership on my own. When I was in Toronto, they brought me there to kind of help slow down LeBron and be that guy. And just being injured, that really, 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 really hurt me. And I don't think fans don't realize how injuries can play a part into your game and how you perform. So just being injured, that was the worst moment. Like, I was icing 6-7 times a day, game ready, everything, and my knee just wouldn't go down. So I was just like, man, what in the world? So these are things that I went through. Then I still had to go out there and play, and I couldn't play at the level that I wanted to play at. So that was kind of the worst moment for me.
Okay, so we brought it a little bit down. What about the most funniest moment?
Oh, the funniest moment is when when I remember Jeff Teague and I think they popcorn. Dennis knew he had some kind of new Audi. I don't know if it was an R8 or whatever. They popcorned his car, right? And he was a rookie. So you know how you had rookie hazing.
Yeah.
They popcorn his car. We come back off the trip. Dennis get his car. Dennis get to his car. He see the popcorn. He open it. You know how most rookies would be like, man, what in the world? Like, he opened it, looked at the popcorn, took all back downstairs, called an Uber, and just left the car there for like a week. And then I think Coach Bud was like, you know what? He told some of the guys, like, can y'all get this guy a car and just get it clean and get it fixed? He just left it. He left the door open, left the keys, and he just walked off and went home.
Oh, my God. He was like, I'm not having none of that.
Yeah, he was like, for real, this what y'all did? All right, cool. And he just called his Uber, went home. And the car sat there with popcorn on the floor for about a week. We was like, somebody got to get it. Like,
anyway.
Yeah, he ain't going. We're going to have to get this up. So that was funny. Dennis probably tell you that if you get on the show. That was funny.
Oh, my God. Oh, man. All right, so now, we get to have this section, and I just like kind of ask you like some questions. You don't have to pick one.
Yep.
But, just tell me what you think. So, if you could be a member, right, of any like TV sitcom family, what would it be?
Member, I want to be I just want to kick it at Martin Lawrence's house.
Martin?
Yeah.
Okay, I've watched it. Yeah, I've been watching this.
I want like.
But who are you gonna? Who are you? Oh,
I might be Tommy.
I would love to be.
You know what? No, I take that back.
Who?
I was Snowfall. I want to be
a Snowfall.
Yeah, you like
yeah. Is that Dolce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was my uncle. So you would be like, who would you be?
I'm saying
his uncle.
Yeah, I might be his uncle.
His uncle.
Yeah. What's his name? Tyrone. Yeah, I'll be Tyrone.
Okay. Obviously, it was about like a sitcom, TV sitcom family. But yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that as an answer. I'll take it. It's valid. What is the best thing you've ever eaten? Like this thing.
Best thing I ever ate?
Yeah.
You ever been to the Caribbean islands, like
Yeah.
Turks and Caicos?
Not Turks and Caicos,
Bahamas.
but- yeah.
Well, I mean Bahamas. If you go there, you ever conch fritters.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, conch fritters. See if you like it. You might like it.
You know what I tried recently? Oh my god, they're gonna make so much fun of me now on this spot. But so it was in New Orleans. Some of the guys who had like a team dinner. I mean, there's a couple of guys. And I don't know if you know this story because they'd be saying it now in London.
Yeah.
So I had like turkey neck.
Turkey neck. Yeah, you want turkey neck? Turkey hut?
No, I was just in the restaurant there and they had some plates and I was like, what is this? Keep having like kind of this kind of big and it had like bones in it. Like, and I was like, what is this? He was like, yeah, it's turkey neck. Now, I get the chicken, I get everything, but he was like turkey neck, and I looked at it, I was like, and I ate it and it was delicious, bro, delicious.
Yeah, you might.
And I had like 10 of them.
You might like frog legs. You had frog legs?
No.
Try some frog legs. I'm from the South. I'm from Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama. So we eat a lot of like frog legs, stuff like.
I want to try.
Yeah.
Definitely want to try some. I want to try some. Kind of was thinking about it too. I was like, man, how come I've never tried none of it was bro? And I said I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but it was delicious. But they kept making fun of me because I ate like 10 of them, bro.
Yeah.
But okay, so I'll hit you with the next one. If you could read the mind of one celebrity, bro, who would it be?
You said if I can.
Read the mind of one celebrity. You gotta pick one. Who would it be?
One celebrity. Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Why?
Mentally, to play in an individual sport, and you know how much mentally you have to, how mentally strong
he's
you
one
have
of the
to be.
best. Obviously, we can't argue that. But
Yes, like and it's an individual sport. It's not like a team sport. It's just him by himself. Him out there on that golf course by himself with nobody. And he has to, figure out how he can get the best out of himself. And that's something that intrigues me all the time when people are like, it's an individual sport and you can be the best at an individual. That's crazy to me.
I was thinking about the same question, and the first guy who popped in my head was Dwayne Johnson, like The Rock.
Dwayne Johnson, yeah.
But you know why? Just the way I would love to know his perspective on how he's built this, I don't want to say empire, but this brand, brother. It's incredible. Like,
Yeah.
He went from the WWE, right, to acting, and then from acting took it to another level, and then from that to being this amazing businessman, and then ownership.
Yeah.
And he's done all these things like so cool. And if you look at him, he obviously, I don't know him personally to know his daily routine. From the looks of it, it looks like he works out every day.
Yeah. How do he find the time to do all these?
Not to find the time, but how does he kick the boxes? Like I do a lot of things,
Mm-hmm.
But how I would like to know the way he clicks all the boxes. How the way he goes and says, okay, from 10 to 2, I got to work on this. From 12 to 4, I got to do this, and then I got to be on set all day.
Yeah.
For like 2 or 3 weeks straight. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
how does he? How does he do this? What's the process? Okay.
That's pretty intriguing, yeah.
So I'm gonna give you some amazing facts, and you
Okay.
tell me if you know them. Don't lie though.
I'm not gonna lie.
You're gonna tell me if you knew them. What else? Do you first of all, do you like karaoke?
Karaoke?
Karaoke, yes. Sorry, my accent.
Yep. Karaoke. Yeah.
Do you know what it means?
Karaoke, no, have no clue.
So it basically, yes. Final, got one. So karaoke means empty orchestra in Japanese.
I had no clue. Had no clue of that.
But everybody loves karaoke, right? Have you ever been karaoke?
Everybody loves karaoke, but I'm not a karaoke guy. Let's put it that way.
But have you ever been in a party with karaoke?
Yeah, I've been to party. I never participate because I can't sing. You got to be able to at least hold a note, and I can't do that. So nah.
What do you do? Okay, so what kind of music do you listen to though?
I'm an R&B guy.
Ah.
I'm an R&B guy.
Give me a top 5.
Oh, here you go. You want to put me on the spot?
Oh, okay. Just give me somebody you just recently listened to. Just one.
Donnell Jones.
Is it good? I've never listened to it.
Donnell Jones is good.
And please, people don't on the internet don't bash me because I don't like.
No. You listen. Donnell Jones is amazing. You got guys I like old R&B with guys who actually can sing and really, they put their heart out in a song. They tell you a story in their song, so and I think that's what we need. We need that old R&B back, where guys are making you visualize something just by singing it. We need that R&B back, and that's what I'm missing. Yeah, that's what we miss. I love R&B, but
okay, now this is good. This is gonna become a meme. Okay, hold up. This is one of the facts. So I go through facts and I read them, and then I like to kind of make it educational a little bit. So, do you know why bananas are like curved? No, seriously, do you know? Why? Do you know why?
No.
So, okay. So, but the reason they're curved is because they go through a process, and the process is called like negative geotropism. Exactly, negative geotropism, which basically allows like the fruit to grow kind of upwards towards the sun, and that's why it's instead of the ground. So that's why it's like this. It's like curved to the top.
Yeah, I probably would never. I would have never known that.
It's a great fact though.
That's a crazy fact. That's not no fun. That's crazy. Like it grow.
Oh my God! You should have seen what I hit my other guests with. They was like, "What?"
Yeah. Like,
wow. Okay.
What?
I'll give her the last one, and you tell me if you knew this, right? On average. Right?
On average.
You like? First of all, do you like shopping? Do you go shopping?
I'm a big shopper. Like
really,
I love shopping. Shopping is my peace.
What's your favorite store?
Dolce Gabbana. Every day.
I'm about to hit you with something crazy nowadays.
I like Dolce Gabbana because it's when I like clothes, I like to feel the thread. I like to feel the thread count. I like to feel the material. Dolce Gabbana definitely has the thread count and the material that can last over a long, span.
Yes.
You can have a Dolce Gabbana jogging suit for 3-4 years, and Dolce give you some of that little spice. Oh
yes, it does. So during the summer, I did. Shout out to the MBPA, by the way. They had a great business, kind of like a 3-4 days business school.
Yep.
And I was there, and it was in Milan. So, and then they had us visit, different, brands, and one of the brands was Dolce Gabbana. I'm gonna say it the way, the Italian way, Dolce and Gabbana.
Dolce Gabbana.
Yes, and so we went to their headquarters, and they had like this really nice. I don't want to call it mansion, but it was like a small palace. Like everything was so baroque, so classic, So we walk in, and they would have this not cloak, but this like huge, like golden.
Yeah.
And it would cost I can't even say the number. Here I'm ashamed to say the number, and. We walked through all these things, and it was with other NBA players. I don't want to say the names, but they were there, and we all were like, man, people really buy this.
Yeah.
And they do. And the reason they do is not just because you're buying the material that you said, is because they're buying the brand.
Mm-hmm. The brand.
And if you see all those brands are selling the Italian culture, because they want you, when you wear Dolce & Gabbana, to feel like you're in Italy.
Yep, that's it.
So it was very you would love it there, man.
Oh yeah,
you would love it. I promise you would be like, oh man, this is great. I mean, and they have obviously we went to the stores, and it was great to see. I mostly went because I do all these branding things, and for the family branding, and now we have our own stores too. So I was kind of collecting info. But okay, back to the shopping. I have a shopping fact for you.
Okay, shopping fact.
Did you know that on average, men get bored in like 26 minutes of shopping?
Yeah, I'm pretty. You know how I knew that fact? I wasn't gonna even say 26. I was gonna say probably about 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
How I knew that fact? Because when I take my boys and I go to shop into the mall, first 30 minutes they're like,
"Hey man,
hey cuz, man, when you going? Like, you ready?" Like, and I'm in there 2 hours. So I figured out a fact that when you go in there, they offer you like free champagne I don't drink, but they offer you boys free champagne And that's how I got them to stay. Like, hey, you know what? Can you give me some free champagne for these? And they good, but
They'll stay.
30 minutes. They first 30 minutes, they like, man, cuz, can we, man? What we finna do? Like, how long you gonna be in here? And when I shop, it takes me 2, 3, 4 hours. Like, it's
Okay, then, so let me ask you a question. What is, and now obviously you don't need to answer this, but would be like fun for the audience. How much money have you ever spent the most? On a shopping spree.
on a shopping spree. Is this a one-day thing or is this like
you could put let's say a weekend thing. You go a weekend somewhere, you like, oh, we're shopping.
a weekend?
Yeah.
I remember this one particular time when I think I was in New York. I did a lot of damage, and I think I'm still mad at myself about this.
What is it? What is a lot of damage? What
is a lot of damage to you? Let's
you don't ask me. I come from Greece. Greece, the minimum wage, brother, is like 800 euros.
No.
What is it? Do that. So you gotta tell me. You gotta give me a.
Give you a hard number?
Yeah, I mean, somewhat. Not exactly, but
Maybe 40,000.
40,000.
40,000. I had one shopping spree. I had 40,000, but I had.
It was just you, or you had people?
I had my boys.
Okay, it's family. It's
You know, I had
everybody.
family.
Which okay, when I say okay, I don't mean like yeah, okay. It's you supposed to spend 40,000.
For me, just me personally, 20, 25. About 20, 25. I had a crazy moment. Because you got to think about it. When you go in Dolce, you buy one item, it's about $900.
Yes, agree.
And that's another reason why Dolce, I like. To me, Dolce is sexy. You know, I like sexy clothes. I like when you walk out, you know, it hugs you, it fits you. It's one of them sexy, like, dang, what's that? You know?
Yes.
So Dolce fits me and fits how my spirit and how I walk outside, like, dang, I'm sexy. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? That's how I walk out the house. Like every morning, if I throw a Dolce jogging suit on, I'm like, man, I feel sexy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why my nickname, you know what I'm saying, when I was playing, like, every day, Mr. Everyday.
Mr.
Like,
Everyday.
That was because I do this every day. That was my every day I'm doing this. I do this every day. You know? That's my every day. Mr. Everyday, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Oh man. But this is the good question. So you feel it like, even with me, after with Nike and everything, I've never like shot. Like I don't.
It's crazy because now your clothes, like, and I'm a fashion guy, so I see fashion in. Yeah. I see guys when I see a certain guy fashion shift and they start changing, and you could see the transformation. And I seen your transformation. Yeah. I seen you go from straight Nike to now. You like, hold up. I like this fashion. I like this fashion, and you having fun with it.
I'm having fun,
and
with
it's
it,
like your spirit is.
It's good. It's just like good. It's fun for me. I get to I don't do it in game day. Like I don't pick my outfits on game day. I kind of have them like monthly. Like monthly, I don't pick. Yeah, I don't pick. Like I'm not gonna go on game day start saying, oh, this is what I'm gonna wear. No, I gotta be locked in. I gotta talk film with Jan. I gotta I gotta the whole thing. Yeah. So it's not like I pick him on game day. But the interesting part is there is a big difference between being fashionable and being like after fashion. Yeah. Because after fashion is like everybody like, okay, I want to spend some money. I can get something. Yeah. No. But being fashionable, like it's like, you know what? It doesn't matter what you wear. You just wear it.
And the way you carry it, the confidence, the way you walk out. Like when I go to the grocery store, people gonna be like, they always be like, "Oh, you look nice." Or I like that compliment. Yes. I like when I go out and I represent my family. Like, oh, this guy right here is fashionable. He looks good. And my mama taught me that, early on when I was young. She used to, we didn't have the money like that, but she used to go to Walmart and get sweatsuits and matching sweatsuits and get the pump ups and match it and the socks match and all that. So that's why I got into it. I've been into it. My mom being a big influence, and I love fashion, bro. Like this is like.
We definitely, you know what you do. So I got offered. I don't want to say the name on because I don't know yet if I'm gonna do it. But I got offered by one of the brands to do a walk. After the season,
yeah,
you know, and I was thinking about it, but if I ended up doing it, we should definitely
yeah,
go,
for sure,
and go. But it's so crazy. I kind of saw the same transition with you too, because you know you being a player now being a coach.
Yes.
Like I see you when you come to the game.
Yes.
You come you got your polo on and got this on. Like okay, you can't be.
So being a coach. What I had to embrace being a coach now is, you know, you still can be fashionable, but some of the fashionable, you tone it down just a little bit. But Coach Bud still allows me to be myself. You know, when I come in and I wear a crazy outfit, he likes that. And he said it brings the joy to the coaching staff. It brings energy. It brings that lively. And that's what, you know, I'm always gonna be me, and I'm always gonna dress the way I dress, and I'm always gonna be into fashion. But fashion has always been like a big, I call it a hobby for me, because it's fun. I love to do it. I love to go pick out clothes, sit there in the store 2 hours, match up clothes. You know what I'm saying? Look in the mirror and, you know, look sexy. That's what I call it, sexy.
I kind of felt the same way too, because, you know, I was doing all these things, but you know, at the same time, you know, I'm a businessman, ownership. I do all these things. Yeah. So at the same time, when I go there and they, you know, see me with a suit, see me, they're like, "Oh man, you really." Yeah. You know, so I had to, you know, change and do it in the off season and got to, you know, kind of. But you know, I like it because I can't wear nothing crazy though. I can't. You know, sometimes you see something over the board, over the top. Yeah. So I can't really do that. But I love fashion in general. Let me ask you something that has there ever been something that you wore? You're like, no, I don't like this. I'm taking this off. I can't rock this.
No, it has been something that I've questioned myself on. Okay. Like, will I wear it? Like, should I wear this? But then I had to talk myself in the corner. I'm gonna get in the corner like, you know what? I'm DeMarre Carroll. I'm Mr. Everyday. I'm finna put it on. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh my God, can we cut this? Can we cut this? Cut this and put it on a social clip? Man, cut this and put it on a social clip. This is about to go viral, bro. Oh man, I'm Mr. Everyday.
Mr. Everyday. I do this every day. Every day I'm doing this.
I love it. Oh man. But okay. And last thing, you know, I mean, obviously I know you gotta do your thing, you gotta leave. But you have any like crazy fan stories?
You know how you got those fans that they can't believe it's you, but then they can, then you kind of throw them off like, they be like, hey, you're DeMarre Carroll. And I hit them with, nah, DeMarre, man, I get that all the time. So, but I had one of those type of stories, but I really haven't had nothing crazy. You know, I'm pretty sure you probably had way crazier.
But I know, what I would say is that there's some great fans out there, bro, and people who genuinely really support you.
Yes,
and that's what we do. That's one of the reasons we play too. At the same time, you know, some people who really support you and support everything you do, not just basketball, like really follow your career and just like from the beginning to the end, you know. And there's some other people who are like more of, or people who haven't met you. Kind of have an opinion.
Yes.
But I always say, like, there's never been a fan or somebody who I've met and shook their hand and never said, like, oh, man, I don't like this kid. I don't like his energy. Because I approach everybody with so much positivity and so much, you know, encouragement and like understanding and empathy, which is like, you know, not like no brainer, you know. But, man, so, you know, kind of coming towards the end of the pod, but you know, before we leave, I always leave them with the, you know, either a motivational quote that keeps you going every day, or you know, a story or whatever. I don't want to, you know, put you in the spot. But
no, the quote I live by, my whole life, I live by when I was playing. I think you'll like this quote. Hard work is a talent.
Say it again. Say it again.
Hard work is a talent. And, you know, a lot of people think it isn't, but to get up every day and work hard and to do it consistently over and over, that's a talent. You know, a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't wake up.
That's about to be my next caption on my next post. How about that, man?
Yeah, so and I believe in that, man. I believe, you know, hard work is that, because a lot of people just can't do it. You know, to get up every day and work hard and to work your butt off to achieve your dream. You know, a lot of people, you always gonna have people that gonna badmouth you or talk about you, but hard work is a talent, because you working hard, you achieving your dreams, you're doing everything that you need to do, and I'm a true believer that, you know, I might not be the most talented person. I always use this scenario when I was in school, and people always be like, DeMarre, how you got a 3.0? Or how you get first team all academic Big 12? I'm gonna be honest. I used to make C's, you know, on my tests. You know, I might surprisingly make a D, but I used to always do every extra credit. I used to do every assignment, every homework. I outworked the next person.
Yes.
And I carried that to the court, you know. Every time I got in the gym, I wanted to outwork the next person. So that is a talent, because that person can't do what I did. They can't work as hard as me. They're not gonna outwork me, because I feel like my hard work is my talent, and that's what I'm gonna do. And that's my mindset. I believe that every day. And any kid out there listening to this, hard work is a talent. You know, you might not be the most talented person, but if you work the hardest, I guarantee you're gonna reach the same goals.
Exactly. You treat the game, or you treat success, you treat whatever you want to do, you treat them good and they treat you back.
Yep.
You know, treat the game good and the game treats you back.
The game treats you back. Respect.
Oh my God. Welcome to the end of the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully you guys get to enjoy our convo, this podcast, this episode. Man, if you want to watch the social clips, you can go on Thanasis Antetokounmpo 43. If you want to watch the whole video, you can watch out of the Antetokounbros TV. And please, 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 I just want to give another round of applause to DeMarre for being here with us. Thank you so much, brother. Really
appreciate it, brother. I appreciate you having me on, man. And it's a good moment, man, to be able to revisit some of them stories.
Thank you, brother. Peace. Thanalysis is recorded at No Studios, Milwaukee's creative hub and production studio.